So Living Guardians was born really in the early 2000s as an economical way of protecting empty buildings. By putting people to live in the building becomes occupied and therefore it cannot be squatted.
I come home, she lifted up her wings.
It's become an established way of sort of finding cheaper accommodation in London, often very centrally located with lots of space, for a fraction of the normal cost of renting. The Guardians would sign a licence agreement, and it basically means that their tenancy rights are severely reduced. But we've had some Guardians that have probably moved 5 times in 15 months, and we've had some people that moved once in 3.5 years. At the moment we have a waiting list of about 3,000 people, and so there's huge demand and supply is very limited. There are some downsides. I think you have to be a certain type of person, and so we have to ensure that when we're going through our vetting procedure that we pick people that will be willing and ready to move on that short notice.
I think it's a good solution to how expensive it's become in London. It's ridiculous. I'm an artist, so I would just use a lot of the space with a lot of my work and use it as a workshop really, as well as a bedroom.
The flat I was in before, I was paying a quarter of the market value. There's a lot of creative people that are in this sort of world because they can't afford anything else. There's lots of rules that you have to abide by. You're not really meant to have anyone stay overnight. You're not allowed to have parties. It's all very officiated. If you really like your security and you like to know how long you're going to be somewhere, then it's definitely not for you. But if you don't mind having like a few weeks' notice to move out to find somewhere, it could possibly work.
Okay, this is an example of a typical Guardian bedroom property. If you come in, it was an office used by the NHS. It's been turned into a bedroom by the Guardian. The Guardian has to provide bed, shelves, storage space himself or herself. It cost the Guardian £400 a month. The building didn't have any showers in it as it was an office, so we've taken one of these rooms. Instead of turning it into a bedroom, we've brought our maintenance team in. They built a shower, it's electric.